session Zulu is now being recorded. It's exactly 6 o'clock, and Monica mang invite but yay more WhatsApp group mang link what my tamang pagangan niya ba mo me.
Okay. It's like Manzibia Fiang Manini Kanya.
Wala niya ka.
Oh. But actually,
okay. Aba. Actually,
actually, Abash Shimo Humani. Kankarang bad Dogara Zada. Imzara Choli Dogara Aba. Zuwood Kankarang bad.
Mang actually bonus. Urban. Princess.
Ndi Tyap Shingo Hukani.
Chamali kafu.
Okay, Rashamo Urban. Shimo Asian birth. Was in my bio. Because was great to so Manika those young fong and Baba by meeting fracture by yeah. So ka janjitat from ata mang miti phone zinansa. What nchan jung zida masakut ka nang zu ta atunka kado zungwo mo meta page su atunka zintia lilion zudua lilion zudu mang tilda zunzo tilda nyai. That's to sign up our presence. Yung tier the meta page we share my Telegram group. Ange actually kuye nata the atunka janjinia janjinia actually kuye she was it Kenneth ku oi ange ngao yepa to actually okay ke actually bona kena anak kungzit atunka mang nai
Zugwaya chita zwa manang bi kumimang. Angwag zu janjini zun shi zun yi shwata ni. Kyang zina mi mu funa ni zuna yang shi zun do dun fo zina zali nang ku ye zu kyang ya chun. Ye zu kyang nang zina ni shi yan kyang kumimani. Mun bina Tyap ka mai ya son ka hu ku zai. Isak na ai ni su babu ni shun va bana bayani kan shi ba su kuizirin dang honi ba. Zina a jung ba shi ba shi zama ma tsangjan. Isak na ai ni ma mai liyo yi sun gwanan ka kusan zirin.
kusanya ufonzi dangbam mam bayatun kan afun kiyaye atuk mam anatat zwat akubunyung dada kubunyung kani alio chikwam slang mang nswang fyang manganai to afunka jad atunka jad atungji jijayet ziliata zwa kyauna zukunya matung Tyap land wiki outreach mang kyaunang zukunya the datung Tyap wiki bootcamp mang suna znanye ne da tunka kacabai ne atun kacabai ne jwaje ne an ange ju wikimedia wikipedia outreach to kana zu jwat ata zuku nat mabina Tyapka zusu nge anet babai zinya tungani nang zinam tiat sisak jinang ane ba baliat Tyap jene bana nyam sisak jinang unjud ma wikipedia ne ba mang lian nam bob jene ma Tyap ji din Tyap ji kumim batelian hu dintam manang alien kyang award asamun ngwak agyanganiet amban lian agyanganiet ba suwa amyam atieba award kanang alien Tyap ji Tyapka aslian liat hu kuna myam lian sisa dina an jude award sisa dina an liat din Tyap ji mo kyang recording nge wikimedia commons ni award a sak das storage wa manika a sak ngwat Tyap hu that's storage of the Tyap language in terms of recording to kyaunang zina mabina Tyapka ni zinyeni huwahu award manang zukuna da ni zisu chat sisa na zina share ane banan tat nswang fone ni ko sunang kunan swaga ni anya award ane banan zuku share ni bakunya ba award an bamanya zugwa magwaza manang gukun zit ane nang atoli Theophilus a shaman zida ne fun man nguwa atoli Israel Ilya Audu man ne kajun mba baku bai huwa bali kyan hunan zinye ni award da mba yuwana bana mai bambayan mami ko bamyam award mana mba bayani basili kyauna zinye ni basu fakin yan kyauna zinye ni award ku zanga tun kana zinan bayani ban shaja ba tiat apyan ba su sajina anya editing to zugwagwa da nan zu tiak atunka shansham award ku zan kyan na chat award zu nyeto kuna yet zu yason man kyauna zuku nyeni mabina Tyapka man kyauna ashon bange edit atone da zusunta edit atonu editing au juk azalan dasa online editing au na zuku ta juk azalan hu Zisun tat nsati ta na zinya juku awot zisun tiak awot ane baba ku juku baku nye juku aswagani zuku woodmang lilio sun tia din sot konyan ji mo whatsapp awot konyan suli zibia ana ba feng mang asam afeng ba kwaga swanin mang juku awot zisibia ngwacholi valentine wan share jiofun mang ngwacholi aba ashe manzulun awot zisibia ayangali chat ngwa sheba awot zisibia ngwa ayangali kajun to mba ane bani bakwan mangedi tunu awot kumim ba yong ane aba kuna mim ba yason wa zisinye to kuna mim zinye atung yang nangange tiap wikimedia amin tiap wiki boot company davo nyung na zina mim manga yanzir ziswa davo nyung zikwat davo nyung zi tias apyan sisa jina ju tiap jeni manang danyan ka angwan anet banyetam da wikipedia tiap mang wiktionary tiap man tam wikimedia tiap na ina linya ayamba balian sisa jina ju awal balian sisa jina an amin balian sisa jina an diat awal balian sisa jina ju da ni ba awal ayamba ba mai fang awal liutu vanaku awal ayamba basilian sisa jina an judu award liatu pie voku boku nang ngani so to zinya to kuna mim ka zinatum dawo yung makaduna ce manang zuku nyadida ka avokana kuna mim zinya atunka zusu tia zishi shai kadon ye shai kasuwa zishi shai kasu advertisement au zishi shai lien okay danyan ane ba bamim ba bayad a ceceret ya bani ku mana bayad a ceceret bani to kababbiya ane ba babbiya akasa ne ku ba mafiyan ba babbiya kasa nan ko alikiya nan balyan ayin shi mami ba bayan kwabzit zinya tunka mam anatat zitiak zobo mwagba kyan kuyet sun ba wani awot zisu chat zisu van makaduna je man zaria awot sisa jina zingwa shia ayin na ngwag zut alikana zina nyar tunkani ba zisu nyar to zina chat avokana zina nyahaya zitan kurum awot zinya kyan kumyim zinya ni owa zisu shia avo yang mabanawa je awot avo kya nan anet babai da bakubai da votunka bakwat an bamba awot zisu shia awad yang nan zinya myamhu awot ngu agbandan actually akila dutse bungon ngwa ku kyangzit din tiap wikimedia bootcamp tiapji awot asikyak mam ata nan ngu tianzit sisa jinan ju tiapji ni asu baiman zit nkwambuat nan zinan fang awot zilian kyang kumyim ngu chat lian sisa jinan ju tiapji ni alien so asu ngwak zit nkyang nani zifang ku nan zitiak atunka zimai zina da mali akasan zina awot zimyam zikwayam zikatiet ayanganiet kyang kumnarin bodini hukwaku What this gwaza manang zitia atunga kya shansham what afunka zishia diji atung yang nang ange ju ki medias bootcamp ju ki medias sorry, not ju ju Wikipedia outreach, the ju Wikipedia outreach our zicaz Wikipedia dalium joka manan zibia Wikipedia din tiabje ni kuna mim zibia Wikipedia din jo what million jo jayet liam sabna kaduna kashiya kwankwan alan mang tiabje what zisibia shulio zisibia gwod zisibia fantswam zisibia taka chuku mantechat what lilium atana ni ahuni ange ba tiap ange hu tiap hwa awa juja asin wak shi yet aliam yang awat zit nan ziyat anyan zidani nange nan zilian ziyad mukyang yunga awat zit liliam bu nang nkungeni bayarata ni mang tiapji babia zunzo mo poyet code babia ngu zunzo amo ilian kyang nange amo bania like something secretive amo like a secret code wow zunzo so babia code nange ISO code din shongji nang ange KCG so wambina ka zinge sholyo zinange gutiabja aha wajo simbia sunan ange KAJ ni awot ka gwaza tanzit atuk mam nswangfyang mangyung satin fyang jabayni zina ta atunka awat asuni kuna von mang katung yang nang zuku nyeni ndia kuswagani ndia na swagani suni zuku nad muzankwa zaliad mang ane baba juk aliam joka awat mba basin yeto kuyere sham mang kyang nan zuku bai manbandio ni awat mba bana chat ba bange ane baba lian liutu babai atunka ni awat zinanya atunka mubarnawa awat mba ane baba lia joji mujoba bana bai ne makaduna ji mang yang akavo yang za tung mubanawa ji za tatung atunka nkwan kani ai gwazao aja ana nan tiap je suna gwaza biyan su taba so nan wak awatka mang actually Dwandien ki actually shana nan tazut nan kyak aliadna nyawana kyak aliadna kyangwa wa actually bona dikin shaya son ki actually yabawa nyawa kyaliad oi to
yo ga nisan ba kwa son ka ni ba yan kwara son da fa
to actually Dwandien nguwa nyenye ashiya mali ba ashiya din fak na maliya a wani nguwa actually kuyet ange a chere tanyanka atanyanke atanyang network a chere tanyanka ngao ya rashamba what actually Genesis ange ana kyak aliana Ngawaya the a ye advice was ba net makam a ye anegba a ye anegba Tyap Wikimedians user group ba analiada kya shadiliada
phone zirangam sakut nchata
zishin
ndain ayada dai ndain shi da fayab da dai kina
yeah
nan ne ban da miti ke phone ne ya dai
yes
dikin nan jiro wan bombay
yes yes
dan yan ka
da yawan ka kyan
yes
kani
to the phone
suniyar ya son ha ga tamhun na kan sa ne mjiya sailiyo da
yeah
kyan na nan to gani gaskiya bootcamp sa miss bootcamp because
yeah
in so na mali mun nang didang bai hu
yeah
tabat sangang ge kuna liye ne kun diwa in chat in view phone bai bootcamp madiya son nan zikan tat da binati abani ngo a yefi yanga zoba ba shon kwaman zidan indiya nge kuya ya son ha ga shirka daniyan kuzairi ya cishad nan zina biyani sanga zikan tat mani nika da binati abani mun kyang nan zikan ciyo ma balere tane yankani wan mani nika angi da zin biyo chu ngwan ka shinta ka cha miyam tab da cha liyan kananyi da kaliyan sanga kanan kai kan yana ni ba sai dai ko kyan hun ku kuna ya ko ya zu tuk mun kam da wiki sa tiabu nan cha zai try ko kwa do kwan zili nan zu jugu da asu jo wani waye da ani ka zita canji nan zunan ta chat kamun ambani zu shoma giyan sham zun wan zali ba an shadan ya ta mun ba an shadan ya biya mun shot huwa ya da chat ka ba domin kyan nan di mani ni ka ni huwa ya an ge page zudu asa tiabu wikiu zubiyan ya batat zubiyan ya batat it's not food zubiyan ya batat saka ta zubiyan ya batat 60 yani o paraventure mali yake amma contribution is very low so ni kyan inchan na yani waye ka zuta nan guna mu duzodi yozun wana su tsadan ya banali ya son zodi yani da shi ba platform domin ka anwo alika nan a contribute ba kuli yange ya son maja kuli nan tubja son miladi ayun sarani ba so do your unit shirkiya da charge liyen ya kawai ba amma yuwa ya contribution nan bana ba mun da ya son wani don dan yan manini ka nan zun shi ne kada ku duba lizard an gizin na raja zabi abu ban ba ta mu but tu son man ba da li okay so ba ba mun zun do ne da shi no kyan hun nan zuba mun do ni nzibiya sun yi ta mo fiye ba ka ban tiye fiye ba because har nan funa ne zunun do mun tiyabji so do mun tiyabji ku na mun joje kuma ba su sit ba nzibiya bu lo ba ku tu ba lauzi so dan yana ne ka zun yo ka zun na yo zula ka zun wan ki cha su tsara ne bi fo hu sanga zun biyen zali sanga din zuma tamuna lai shwagaran domin biyen ka tiyak du joji abuna cha nan wa biyan so zuyong na da ja na su bu su kyak ta mo kwara fiye zun do ba amma zin yi hu saka din kuna ndi nan baya son nan zu supervise kyang nan banyen don aliyan ba kya ni sa zali ya son ka kafa domin aliyan nguwa cu sa dan kaduna biye wan but an wanan ga ba mun do an bi interesa hu am biye yanga mana na su shimanika an wanan do an ge mana yin zubiya jo Tiabia Chaba with you know all of those sentiments so at the end of the day abana she mixed feeling I want abali young rubber kai one tam one the chat no ho nan do mu ba yong yang yong ni kyang no bi de damo ni wa
but actually puna to manika ange acheretanya ka lai yada sham ma actually kuye abe kyanka da shi yasu onwatka
Biara likangba.
position mu
Munang okwaga sanza dukan jara ne. Acheretani anka session shunjen shunkan. Mbaya unkan tsani nkyanga session shun. Mat anya ndian zakan jara liya madidiraji. Kwe liya nangwan shieni. But ndian nang okwaga sanu kan munangu kan jara ne. So njena vogun yonga ni ba da nun njena vonan tsani ba so matanya nana ziya son mutunka na mfu kyanga lere
gwai kado mbo ndiat namaliadwa samuriwa
okay
kayo ndiat namaliadwa namaliadwa wayet kulia tajwa Tyap land wiki outreach so Tyap land wiki outreach kyauna zukunye nejo what anibana zu tia aliyo zuna sheni wazu shi baba what bana zu ku sheni basu tia aliyo ne bibiya ku su tia bambana basu ngomo edit aton nang ashongbange manjuku nang ashongbange edit aton ne asu tia what Zisongo atungajang na inge Tyap Wikimedians Wiki Bootcamp wazi tiak so wa shansham zitialia nsati infeng mchabayani zinasongo yang na inge ju Wikipedia outreach ni ajawana zisu tabata aliana
to ngwa munangu zakan yi chat madidiraji disu nye tam ne tam na zinya agwimso that is Tyap land wiki outreach mwazo liana ni mutunka kuswada ni but zina highlight kyang aja mara tuka kya kuswaga ni mwan nangatuka kuswaga ni zisu shenyat anyasu mwaga pieba don juku awata zabiyo gwai mangwa manyi baba mwaga pieba don juku ni mutam na banyani zabiyo gwai musowa awata bootcamp atun kana zinya asin bootcamp wani wa asowa kubai kususwak awata mkyang madidi na zimiya majani kungo zamufo kuma anyat bangwalian ga kubana anya juku shanshamani mat mon nazim bai disin ya tun bootcamp ka disin tiagani anyat madidi ngwan ka ngwan kyang tambanyenya analian bamiyam kyang madidi so wa kuyat kyang ha kuyat yason ha so zatia so wa manini ngwan edit aton wana zishi manini asin bootcamp wada silin tamna na nyaba nyeni anya nish kyai nyetamba daja awada to so wa nish munangun diarani zakan taba tamgyang manini suna nange ju Wikipedia wani cha munangun diarani cha tsatam asin Wikipedia jo awazakan do zisu tabara kichon zisu shenya baba lian kichon hu alanzira ni mujojen zisu lip kyan kumin zilibani zilian kyan kumin zilian ni kamin zita tamoni zisu shenya madidi bana basu mwafu babu kana mutamuniya bashirin zit kuma bana contribute kyang bana yau banyen. So even one phone lio zukunya mitina yamu professor yam ange professor Kwasam. So zukuna malego lio zishogo tusinya mitina wa awanda se tafangzir. Okay. Asa tafangzira tuyo jana zina nazimin mugwani wazi suna da jafun su shigo ngo tuyo wa bandanga tu aliyam joya su shigo su li nkwambo na ngukan jura saga binin awada asa teza dunva mumukyang kumin zuliyana ni muso wani so ngwan madanya ngwan ambamkyang zinyen kushedin va so wasn't it da zu bando mali ka zu ta wani kyan kushedin mamu kyan ku chaba yazidan so da the safo kajanji bai sai zu munzin tabwa zili ga kuna gwaza nan biyan zu shesowa shanshaman so wana nan saktak da tinkan ka to ya man biyan guna biyan sekun biyan ngwa
to zugwai mun liya na soli kuye to manangu kuliya da ni afunka na zuku na da davo professor gyan atulu gyan na ngegu antiokari ke choli Francis Manda
Francis
to asun wanzit nkwambwat na ne kali kanyili zimyam juji nyilia asinang zit nkwambwat mfun asuni mfun asuni kanyili minali sisa dinanga undini den Georgia awada su nwagzit suni baju folk tales ngwa kulyud ngwa yada agwandanga chulyudwa den ju babawa guyet awad zisinye kanang zina shia ane baba liat yabje ni bayat achachere net anet koba net ba bayad anya da tiabiane bana liut nkyang nang su nini kuna bianzit zungwai kyang hunang ashong bange literature sani den tiabji award zufuk nya ba tiab literacy development board ba sort bjik aliam tiab ji bakwan ba nyen kyang nani award ba basungwai ane ba banam biang ba tiak tamnang bakutani mankurum hu kurum wayet agbandan kyang hu kyang kurum na banan shay nkwambwalana kurum wa baba chat to kana zina biya ne baba nan bayan tiap literacy development board ko kyau na zinge tiap sort big aliam tiap jeni man sisa din banan ji banan sort kyang nani na biyan zubat to zuku na davo ngu baba wani ngu wasu liyar manzut asinya to ngu ashama gwai manang zili alizit da ni awat yuwa nan zina chat ngu gunye manzu da joni because manang gu fak aliyat uju project ni nani awat ngu fongu sisai but to zisinye zina chat sajinang zina shia nkwambwa nan ngu akulyu da ni to huwa zisi shi nkyang nani to su ni na zibiya ni zina nat evoka nan zinya tamani to mbaba by program bana baya tunka ni bana shi kyau nan bana nya taman mangu ba ku biyan ba dujung bahu to kana zisi biya din tiya biya ni kyau na zibiya din joji ni gauna biyan zit to yung sak tak da tiang anya so kadut ngu actually Machan ko actually Jandian ke actually Valley ke actually Aba
Aba.
Otabat Chang Aliadu Otabat Liada. To Nyawala Liadu.
Yin ke kyan kuna biyan niya. Wani kaiti.
Nwa kan jiya sun sa ka kai
Tiap Kinget. Ato. Ini Fongba Bivia Bot. Actually value actually Yambot. Mang actually Jandian. Actually Aba. Mang go actually Shan. The phone you know.
Yang bu za ne.
To.
Kin bi kan tsa ku nim kare ne ba. Zan chat ka ba tiya ba. Kin ben ta matam sin ya mabiya. Na nga ba tiya. To amma inde na nga sorop nan ne. Na nga sorop nan nga to inde ke ina tin daya. Dan ya nake an bam kan yi yara ne kushin da dirk. En kan ba. Ali tam honi ku yara shishwan tamma ba. Ku cara sakmufo. Wannan actually yau na kan jiyar ne. Vunan zakan yi gaba ne don Tyap ji. Don Tyap Wikimedia user group. Ali ka an wana sali ya yang zet. Ban yi mun tam hunni fa. What da ni tam mangan hunan ban yi ni ba. To indian sanga ji zana yi zan ji voke hani ba. Nzir mafisan zat zukwan zan yi mun tam hu. Wan zubuwa zan wan tam hu. Mga pisan zat ki zan yi huchacha wan zan yi tam mangan huwa. Ka an wana ni yawo. Huwa mun bi ka an wana bam kan zan yi ni. Yeah, consumption journey. We don't consume what we do. Ka kamim zan wanka zijinka da vojokan. I think kamo da lit ganan za su lat. Zan kan na won man nan zan ta kwak ma da daman ya duwa. Ba bayan batun wak. Ban yi tam honi. To indi na ngatuwan kan zan shi ne. Zu swaga bona ni zubunin jami'an jami'ani. Men kan jin don janna zanin tani ya kinta nan naya. Indian sanga ko muang ni ba muang ni masaka tunani na da. To zuke shi nan zan char ni ba. Amma zafi ba. To ajo ba zucha zan namun na zata tam ban diwa za kai won ban diwa. Kisa jo modalities nan kan yaran nan zucha zo won sangakji. Ba zata ba episode kyan nan zucha yin yi huni man bani. Sangakji bana yi tam kyan hu bana yin ni. Inde ke voka kamin zun wan kan shamli. Kyan nan kirani. Who yet? A young the ba kin fuk Georgia ayin ba. Zuna yin yahuni partnership ba. Ali nan kyan kan gangni. Ali nan wa kan gang sun chok jam ga chungni. Nzada Tyap ba nan zishim ke CGN. Kyan nan ce nyong na ki mun zat. Yang wo mai fa gani ba. Ngo trejo kan ayi nwa so ni kuzula ko kuzishim honi akundi kaliya jongo ji ka ajima ko je ko fa ana Now, how do we build center? Thereby, bam kyang nani nang zina liar ni. Zufong yang ni fong nang. Kyang nani nang zina liar ni. On the sign, we can be able to translate them on our own without stress. Zibyo kyang hunang zina nyenia. Mbai munzi kyang ni fifani. Mat munzi biya na ngitam humangamba. So kanang zin yitam hunitya. Majobi biya na fuk kyang hunang ba nyenia kinza zina mun fuk. Andi na vo kyani kamin du swaraji mat kwang cho nang zu kwangani. Ne ba ti lilit wannan ba khari ahu. Tun wani kyan shamdali. Then nan yi kizu kuban kamtam na shashwa mun da ne ba. Waham zai ja ne son wai kyaktam humun chat. In what sense? A young the chomanga near Kanye Linzet. Wikimedia in Tyap. Just like the media captured last 2 weeks about the bootcamp, a young that Nangoko winners in Berajan. I think it gladdens some of us at near Linz. But the question goes, how genuine has our contribution been to the project? Joba, the Nana's third member, as Bankai one. This is the modality which has a cock. The Sangak Jibanam, Banktam Huniman chat, owned by New Human Charin. With the Berlin answer at Tyap one. Can come in Diabolian. I am sorry to cite an instance with a hope. A hope we took about a month trying to build, leaving our comfort zone for free, going to them for free, passing through cold and mosquitoes, just to build them up.
Zaria.
So what has their contribution been like? So what are the methods we are taking to differentiate from the past and the effort we are trying to make now? So in charge of one of Bunani Sham, William Sanga, Zina Woodman Park, and the Nakat. Then Yanam Bum Tomzini would be why. That at the end, because of lack of quality in what we are going to disseminate, Nan Kakabalini, Zingim and Tamuzakai 1 million. Nobody is coming for a research. Nobody will have result after research from what we have done. So we must make deliberate efforts. Zali Sangakji, Umbam Kangzana Mangajoba Tiabani. Let it be the correction we are going to effect. Then Tamatiabna Nanzakan. Indicate you can over young and Saga the Tiap, the Tag the Tiamat. Yani Raman Diach, but Bukams Bankang, Kadani, dear to Tunanda. Not none.
So, Guamangaliana actually, Shan. What Manika and Chang Yankia, Mang Tiapji, Mang Shongji. To Chang Shim, Kiaunang, one actually Shan Mang actually Bona Kuliareni. About the issue of the establishment of the TWU project. Manang, this very project we need what our motto or our aim, the goal of our user group is alasiabu enyenye share ya swan then Tyap Mang Liliam Nyanzit, that's promoting the progress of the Tyap language and the Nyanzit sister languages. The early, our beginning is with the Tyap. Whatever we're able to replicate or we're able to do in the Tyap project, we'll be able to replicate it in other languages that are under this language family that is called the Nyanzit. We know it as the Nyanzit, but to the linguists and to the outside world, these languages are called the TWU languages. So these TWU languages are related to Tyap, and this is our own sphere of influence. And kyau na hange Tyap Wikimedians user group ni or ko anye Tyap Wikimedians organization. Zicha zi shail yotka. Zicha zi shail yoka zanat Nyanzit Wikimedians user group and Nyanzit Wikimedians organization. So this very Nyanzit project is supposed to encompass not only Tyap but other languages that are related. So we cannot say Znanye Tyap, Nyanzit project, and then focus only in Tyap. Kana Znye Zna Beang Tyap Jamanyin. Working with Tyap alone has a boundary. By the time we only work on Tyap, then what happens to the other languages that are related? The main goal is that we save these languages as much as we can from going into extinction and then documenting these languages. Now, from Ofufa Ngu actually Bonat Nangukulia, what happens to that very group? Because what we are seeing in the group is that people are not contributing to even the Tyap. Now, by the time we now begin to have you speakers joining the group, how do we now begin to communicate when we don't understand our dialects so much? So that's the issue. But then, nearly towards the next year, Kagwaza Shunzit, Zichas Sisajnan Zinan Sojang Nang Zinange the Nenzit Wikimedians user group. Benjaneja Zinachat the Sisajnan Zinan Shai Alyotka or what Bam Konyan Nambana by Azan both the Ju community adara hiam ane baba na nwo du sodaja to majiyo na zange Tyap Wikimedians user group ka do zina shayar yoka to Tyap Wikimedians hop maybe or something ko zo one go sisa na nga on dini or what the other bigger group that one would encompass all the Nyanzit peoples, the Nyanzit languages into that very group. Because Kananzinya Nyaba, we have a very big loss in southern Kaduna. Nearly Kyaunazinyani is not just about our today, it's about tomorrow. And we have to take the bull by the horn and we have to fight it. It's a war, actually. It's a war. And the war, it involves knowledge, it involves work. And Kanazinanta programs so Juchi. It's not that that's the tier speaker now will be the ones to be doing the editing. I one binang this is not Zonkwa. This is not a Ju language project too. The Liamamba Anyanya Bia Lian Sisajinang and Juji. This is here young yet. So Basilia near Bonanchas Sisajinang. Bananchat, that's the source for scout for the people that are literate, at least. I was this biology, more devo professor and actually kuya kuliadeni. To ngu asi wax it number as actually young and unku tamini alu kwamba tuni kwamba tuni na ngezi miamju. To nguma ziliyat mangu sisajinan kagulyan ane babalian youthful de joji. So all these resources actually shayin baturak ngwa ku ta a cheka manzit ngwa su na kai manzit. So funny enough ngu actually baturak alien liat tiapchi ngu actually Jacob nzaman alien liat tiapchi ayara chojo awal liat tiapchi awat bashia kwa na balian liat tiapchi. So mbanang baku ngo dusot jina nge tia Wikimedia user group move WhatsApp ni balian liat tiapchi balian joji. So mba bibia na yanzu nang here ni like ambassadors for the Jew community within the Tyap speaking arena. So kuzan nang zimim zinyeni banakia banandio the soji nang zinang fugani mainly for the Jew speakers. So sisa zinazibia Tyapland wiki hub group ni zisibia Zaria hub group ni to mba for the Jew project banabia sumbao ji group. So mchangna it's not that this do totong yang this tabat nyang pa ni no kuku kyagzet ndia attract. This is the third year or the second year. So a young and yet kabata bana kyagjamba bana sungo bana mungo cook groupaja award as a of one. So lessons now zuku nyamani this sort Tyap Wikimedia user group in the Tyap area to would replicate it in the Jew project. So that's the reason why Zita Sisajinazukuntani by going to the literacy and then going to these professors and people who are learned in the writing of Jew and then getting materials for the Jew. In terms of Tyap, we don't have such materials. The Jew is still more advanced than the Tyap. So how we got the Tyap Wikipedia first is somehow like a miracle. But the Jew project, they actually have more materials than we do. So the Jew project will not give us much headache like we're having it in Tyap. No, it'll be much more easier. And can young one Yinali and Yababa Lia Jojeni Jobani Ba Shiapa Swak and Yababa Liat in Tyap Jenny. And what easily the people who have the whether we like it or not for the language, they are more than the Tyap speakers. That one we can't counter it. They have more heart, bluntly, than us, than the so-called Tyap speakers. Anali near Chachade Tyabia, a what Mba Basamon Jude. Banye tam professor, what? Basamon Jude didn't Tyabjiba. Anali near Nguye linguist, a what? As someone Jude didn't Tyabjiba is very annoying. It's very annoying and shameful. You know, it's very shameful. Yeah, yet linguist or asmun Judin Chabjiba. Award anali a shongba banal youth but publish, then you'll be priding yourself in what the the Englishman is doing and you cannot replicate it in your language. It's a very shameful thing. So Mba Joba, they are not like the Tyap speakers. So I'll praise them for that. And if the Tyap speakers feel this one as a slap, then they should work on their backwardness or their backward thinking and begin to do more on the language so that Zizna Sheya Son Dundum. So Taunazukutani would spread it to the whole of the southern Kaduna area, to the Nenzi speaking areas so that our languages remain intact. Kana zilliud zisi record this ngungwat who the online. No matter how small it is, just even who recording namanyin zinya zisi tier mu commons in these dialects. At least even if not Wikipedia, doesn't that maybe adara ke ikulu that's a sunkurum just to record the words, audio recording, the TMU Commons. It's a very big project. You will not see the use now. Later on, you will see the use. So, kia unazi chazi nye ni wao. So, mba baliati ajeni. I wish they would pick the interest in writing books. We have a lot of young jets soon. We have a lot of students, young generation, but fuck, because they don't understand it. Yeah, that's if they even care to listen to this audio in the first place. But I wish we would just break it into pieces sometime and then put it like 60 minutes record. So we have a lot of students from the universities and colleges in Kaduna State here and around that are into linguistics. They study English, but at the end of the day, they are given projects. Some of them don't actually do this project on their own. It's supposed to be a research project, and I feel for the lecturers that give them those assignments. The lecturers actually see what we are going through in Southern California, and they want these students to take the challenge and go to the field and do research on these languages. But these students, some of them, they be like, I don't understand the language, and because I don't understand the language, well, I don't care to do the real work that is supposed to be done. The real work that is supposed to be done is going to the village areas, going to the village area or areas.
Please, can that person control the audio in his background? Who is there?
Yeah. So, if I were a linguistic student, if I were studying English or French or some other language in the university, and I'm given an assignment or I have a project to do, what I will do is I will go to the language board and then go to see who I will meet, what materials I can be able to get that is on my own language, not just sitting and then talking about internet. Nyana, not internet. You go to the internet and get all the materials from whoever you can get. Of course, there may be people that will help you, but those people, have you ever wondered what they have gone through to get those materials? Why won't you do the work from beginning also? Because we don't have published materials online. Why don't you pick the challenge and go online? But no. Yamba bananye kai. Mba ka internet ba. Mba bana swana mali. Ba nye kyamba, you know, express work abacha. They don't want to put in work, but they want to see results. And at the end of the day, after getting the certificate in English, that's the most they can do. They just went to the school to get certificate. Now, the English we are studying today, in Ali, there are a lot of people who have, sweated to write those materials that you are using. And then some are even priding themselves that I have studied English and I can't lower my standard, my standard to speak in that local language there because they see it as a local language. You know what local is? Local means yourself, your identity. That's local. It's not an insult. It's your own personal identity. Now you look at that word local or your own language as something that is below standard, as if you are more than more intelligent than the people who speak the language. Then that is actually what the Englishman calls stupidity. Stupidity is when you throw away what you are actually supposed to build, what belongs to you, and pick something that is foreign. And then you begin to pride yourself in something that is foreign. That's stupidity. There's no any other definition to it. So some of us now that speak the Tyap haphazardly, we don't speak it very well, is because we didn't grow amongst people who speak the language. That's why we speak it the way we are. But we have the mind to learn it. That's why we have the mind to go about to see how we are going to learn it. And if I greet one of these young people who call themselves Gen Z, or who or the world calls Gen Z now, many of them now, in Tyap, they pretend as if they didn't hear me. They will like, you say what? That's stupidity. It's actually stupidity. And if you are listening to me and you are below the age of when the Gen Z started, when it was Gen Z, the counting starts from 1997 to now. That's about 28, 26, 20, and you are below this very age bracket. I want you to know that this very thing that you call local, what you call the Tyap language, and you call it local, that may be your saving grace tomorrow, because language and identity and politics cannot be divided, because language is also political, and people build their countries based on language. And if you follow what is happening in other parts of the world, you see that language is playing a very big role in the politics of those countries. And if you do not have a language, you do not have an identity, and you are a lost person. And whoever you speak his language now, you speak a foreign language, and you are just an appendage. You know what an appendage is? You don't have your own identity. You have carried a foreign identity, and you have taken it as a quote now, your new identity. Now, this is what we are trying to avoid. As a Tyap speaker, you throw away the language, you have thrown away the identity, and you answer the name. Maybe you answer a Tyap name, you answer Zugwai, you answer whatever you want to call it, and you don't speak the language. It's an insult to me as a person, because I don't like to see people who answer Tyap names and they can't speak Tyap. It's better you answer a foreign name and don't speak the Tyap, then go and get lost. Maybe that's what you want to do. Just go and get lost. But for
Actually,
you, yeah, no, I want to be very blunt. I want to say my mind. This is not a political arena, and I'll voice out what is in my mind, even though it is very bitter. So if you answer a Tyap name, or your parents gave you that Tyap name, and to you don't want to speak that language because you see it as below your standard, then you are actually doing yourself very, very badly. You are doing yourself not good, because I think I've said much, and I will stop here. Ngwai.
so what actually I was emphasizing on,
Yeah.
and at some point myself in person, I will hit my chest to say that I am most grateful to God for the privilege to be able to speak this God-given language called Tyap. I am most proud of it, and that is the truth. And if anybody tries to doubt it, he could hear it from my intonation, if I try to speak any language, but the English, the Hausa, and coming down to the Tyap. You understand that I understand it. And it is not because I met the people that were able to speak it, but simply because I made effort too, just as we are making it today. At some point, I feel ashamed when you are able to produce a name in Tyap, which I don't know. I that was born and brought up in Tyap, speaking community, I cannot be able to recall what the meaning or what that thing is being called. But I hear it from you. So it is quite shameful. So, but all what I'm saying here is, Ali, you just spoke and cited instance with the internet, especially those that are going into projects, especially the linguistics and the linguistic students. This project we are undertaking now, actually, it is not just for our own consumption. Posterity is what we are looking at. Tomorrow will not be anymore. And we are writing what we are writing to put it in gold, that after our existence here, we were able to contribute to the preservation of this gift God has given to us. Could it be the reason why God made us alive? So that we could build this, which many people abandoned so many years ago. Now, if we are making all this effort to make sure these things we are building are kept, my area of concern is, what is the beauty in doing it when someone will come across it and he will not see the interest? That is my fear. So all the questions I asked about building the Jew community user group is not as if
Sorry, not user group, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia group, I mean. So what I'm most concerned is we should take some corrections from how soft we were in the course of building ours and apply those measures that are needed. Then Yankani, our pursuing goal now is not about the Tyap. It is about uniting the Nezit, being unique and being able to be identified as people with cultural heritage and traditions. So are we going to continue in this softer way of, okay, buy, Sokodi buy, with Sokodi buy? Then after the person has come, what you have taught the person will just leave without putting it in practice. This is what I'm afraid of. And anything we are going to do, how do we intend to make it look so sexy to the eyes of that person who does not have the knowledge or the desire to acquire the knowledge of this language we are building? I'm not talking about we should go, the last meeting we had, we will not continue to lament. We have lamented enough. So if we continue, we'll see backwardness in it, but which I said, God forbid, we are not going to experience. So this is what I want us to focus on. How do we intend to make it blonde to he that will come across so that he'll be ashamed of himself for not being able to identify himself with this language which he calls local, of which he's part of. So this is what I'm saying. Okay.
Melihat penyawana chat lihat menikah.
I came late, although I'm not really sure where I came in, but I know you are really pissed and angry about the way you said the Gen Z generation are taking the language identity. I would say I did not rather blame most of them. It's what they've indeed from our parents and even grandparents at some point. Some of our parents are not proud of our heritage. Likewise, passing it to the children and grandchildren. I know some of my uncles and aunties, even though my parents are late and they used to speak Tyap to me while we were growing up and they didn't grow up in the village. I know some of them that grew up in the village and are still in the village, and when you go there, they speak English with you, making it look like that is what is more important, or that is what is more of the heritage. Like when I'm trying to speak the language, they are trying to speak English and back to me. So I don't know. For the Gen Z, I wouldn't say I will blame them. I know people that pay money on the how to learn how to speak Arabic, French, Spanish. I think we should work on ways to promote our language.
Yeah.
Dorothy, it is the same lane we are here. What we are actually looking for is, do you have a suggestion?
We will have people outside trying to have our identity make impact. They will look for how to come and join. That is my own. There is a lady, a ham lady, Tetman. She posted something some days ago about which language aside your own do you want to pay to learn, and a lot of people from our southern Kaduna, we are posting different places. After everything, she said, so you could pay to learn another language, but your own that you have free, you are ashamed of identifying with it. Then something is wrong with you. So I think when we keep doing what we are doing, not because it's not now, but I believe in due time, if we put our efforts, put our minds, one day we will say, even if we are not alive, we will be proud. We'll be proud to say these people made it. And with the Gen Z, with phones in their hand, I think it's even easier for us to convince them without even calling their attention. There are things we will do that they want to identify with us something. So let's not just give up. Let's not just get angry and lament. Let's keep bringing out ways that we can move this forward. Thank you.
Goy but mangaliat na. Actually, Shan, actually.
Yo. Kai. Chan fong maliat nga kyang nang zan chan di poni. Nang do rat kan hiani. Zina ya son ko ba diong ba. Kedan yawa. Of course, I could see we are all resilient people. Else, would have quit this business of population and editing and translating into Tyap long before now. So, but I think I cannot say our effort has not been yielding fruit enough, but we are still looking for ways to advance beyond the level which we are. And that was what I wanted to ask young Dorothy. If she has another thing she think if we apply here, we are going to have more fruitful results than the ones we've been experiencing. That was what I wanted asking. But still, we're on the same page. Let's keep pushing and encouraging ourselves. We are not doing this for ourselves at the moment. We are doing it for the children that are coming up, and especially the unborn. I keep telling people around myself, kaya nga Tyap nge Tyap nsum yem nga wan ayira Tyap abjum man na yira Tyap aliad ba Tyap ja kai iwam jeni to ko aliad da bofong ba nya sina aliad ba fak
Buon hua agbandam bon.
So I was telling somebody just of recent after our event, our boot camp, I came back home here. So I learned that one elderly man fell sick of stroke. So I went to see him at home, and I met his grandchildren in the house. They were just uncle, welcome. They were telling me their names in English. And the parents were answering for them. So the next thing I could say, manani na yere Tyap yake na yere shongbia. Ni the mbaba ye dangwapa. The parents were asking me the mzazi ye dangwapa ni tongi Tyap jaji aliad mangandanga. Inge ho ambi nang dia nang geto Tyaba. Manama nan na shinung dio don shongji ni ndi ngwapu ba yere ni dio hnia. So these are the challenges. So we are not doing this, pushing on this project for ourselves at the moment. But we are trying to amend the errors we have found ourselves caused by our grandparents and our parents in the past. So support, if there is a way someone feels he can contribute so that we could have an effective project in the meantime, please bring it out. And again, sometimes I think the way we are approaching our elders, especially the language board, I think at this moment we need to give them heat. In what sense? Just like the instance you have given to us and the evidence you gave to us from the Baju development, language development. You could see they have materials. We brought 5 books written by their people. And we have commissioners of education, linguists, and what have you. Educated people, professors, doctors. And nobody is putting anything down, putting anything down for anyone to consume.
And the most we can get from them is arguments. They argue,
that is the only thing they
argue, and they can't write nothing.
So what I was actually looking at is romancing them when we approach them on matters like this. I think we need to stop.
Honestly.
we need to be blunt enough to tell them that we are helping you to build what you could not build. So can you provide for us a material which will make use of to effect what you are insisting that we should do? Provide us with a material so that if you don't have access to the internet, we do. We know how to navigate the internet. We put them as you have provided. We cannot be making our efforts, and at the end, instead of you to encourage us and feel ashamed of yourself for not being able to do this in the past, but all you are doing is to discourage us with your arguments and countering. So I think we need to take this step up now. Remember, we have exceeded our limits of being romantic to you. The objective here is we want to preserve our language. If you fail to preserve it for us, we want to preserve it for our own children that are coming behind. So that is what I want us to look at. Then, putting what we are talking about here in practice is another thing. We are coming here to speak in Tyap like we were in the boot camp. Because we are not putting it in practice, it is still difficult for us to mention things. I could feel ashamed of some persons that ceased to talk at the boot camp because they were struggling with words in Tyap. So does that mean all the years we've been putting our energies, our time in this Wikimedia project, no fruitful result has come up? I thought in the community and the societies where we have found ourselves, people should be seen us as local people with identity. No, we are still struggling to say words. So no. Then how much more of the children we are planning and praying God to bless us with? What are we going to tell them? It's a shame, right? So on our own part, let us try. I think I was encouraged by what I heard Tyap was telling me when we were having a one-on-one interaction in his office. When I was asking him about the children, how far the children, he said they went for holidays in the village. I was like, wow, this is a good step. You are struggling with yourself to speak the language fluently, right? Yes. There is a place where these children can have access to this language for free.
Yeah.
Taking them there, it is not as if you have downgraded their level of who they are. You are increasing their advancement so that they will be bold to tell, I am a Tyap, by speaking the language, by understanding it. It will only be left to them to look for how to write it in due course, which we believe they will have access to. How many of us have this heart? That is the question. So let me not fool our ears with plenty talk. We have other businesses to talk about.
Zugwai chuni shan. So manika janjiliat nye sishia tuam anatat mang minti swank mangkubinyum. So anyawa chaka kyang manika. Nye sisa zinazanan tiak atunkan.
Okay, Mbiazarambam.
Zishim.
Then Anyababa Bia long land Turkey when you back Chang so can't do many. Listen to Liara, but I'm going to
long letter.
Angel Longan
Long letter.
to Longashon to Ongwai. And is Mumiamwao. So I'm going to get a niggas can get sign for Montana non Fagani. Alian Monsa's Shedgen Konya Via Tuana was on work. Young Babia Aliat Banat Banaliat Mwani, a fuck, yeah, Aliat at Sagalia. So saba mwanya ngwa manzirando. Manakonya ka inhia shongjimu tiabjeni. Kado inhia shongjimu tiabjiken.
Yes, sir.
Ya hata ngwa. Ali manangaliana na zikan tiarani. Nan po mazanali liam. But Kali project sun juji. Man yabana ziku chonzi sharing. They've shown a lot of interest. They appreciate us even more than the TAP that we have been laboring, we have been working for. These people
100%.
appreciated us. These people welcome us. In fact, they
100%.
were so proud, even though it is the first time they've met us. But the energy, the spirit they have taken us, it is something worth continuing. So there are at times you will not appreciate what, just as Genesis have dropped some proverb some days ago, that prophets are not appreciated in their own domain. So I felt it is the same thing with us here, because it's something we have started. Other people could think it is just something casual or something that anybody can venture into. But to the people who understand what we are doing, I want to bet you that you people understand this things better than our own people, and they appreciate it, even though we have not started. But the energy already, the effort already. Okay, the last time we traveled to Zonkwa, we met a young man who is almost our age. That guy, we met him for the first time. We introduced the whole thing to him. This guy was so happy. In fact, we are to meet. He was the one that even make the contacts, the connections that link us to the language board that day. He went ahead, he went further, get a bike, paid for the bike man to take us to wherever we are going to, which is a very distant place. And I want to tell you that ever since we started this project, nobody in the Tyap community have done this. Anytime we go to them, they will lament, they will complain, they will criticize. But these people have shown us we are welcome. We went to the to meet the language development. The way they appreciated us, they now link us to other people. And these people are ready to come down to Lizonkua, come down during this program to see what we are doing and to also contribute to it. These are learned people. They have gone places, they have so many experience about life. But yet, while we are here, we think we are doing something for a good cause, while other people, all they do is to come tell us, okay, we are not doing this right, we are not doing. Okay, you that is complaining that we have not done it right, what have you done? What effort have you put? You can't just claim to be an elder and then what you are supposed to do, you did not do it when the younger ones are coming or trying to catch up wherever, however they want to catch up, to make sure they preserve this language, and you are only there to criticize. It is not something to be proud of. And I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about this. So, just as we are here, I will want to appreciate us and to also encourage us. What we have started, we should please continue. We shouldn't stop. The criticism will come, yes, and we shouldn't think that we will have to make it perfect. We cannot be perfect. That is the honest truth. We cannot be perfect. Just as others, we have been developing from where others stop. So also others will come and develop from where we stop. So whatsoever you can lay your hands to do to contribute to this project, please do. And just as Genesis have said, posterity will speak for us. If you have children, if you have younger ones, like me now, I've made it a law in my house. If you need something serious from me, if you cannot communicate in Tyap, forget about it. You will have nothing. If you cannot communicate. And by this, I'm telling you today that I have forced my family now to start communicating in Tyap. So we have to be deliberate about these things. If other people are ashamed, to be honest now, I'm not ashamed. Before the Tyap, to be honest, let me make this confession. Before the Tyap, for those of you who have heard me speaking Tyap, before the Tyap Wikimedians come alive, my Tyap, I don't even know how to speak these things. I don't even know how to speak. I can only understand, but to speak is a problem. But when this thing started, I knew that, yes, this thing is tilting towards something bigger. I have to be deliberate about learning it. And this is where I am today, still trying to catch up. While another person, I met somebody in a public transit. He was making a call before we boarded the bus. While he boarded the bus, I was trying to communicate with him in Tyap because I heard him speaking Tyap. This guy is speaking Hausa. I insult nonsense out of him and I come down from the bus. That we are in a public place. It's not good for us to be speaking language. We should speak Hausa or English.
That's
I said,
stupidity. Actual stupidity.
You are not serious. And the man is a reverend. He's a reverend. He asked me who I am. I told him where I am. I told him where my office is. If you have the money to come and meet me there, let us continue the fight. So these are some of the things we as the younger ones, whatsoever we have an interest about this, that's why we have come up with it. And as the director rightly said, the expansion, we are just starting. The vision is quite large. And all of us that are here, as long as we stay committed, to be honest, it's not just going to end like this. Big things are coming. Big things are coming that is going to affect us positively. They say to whom much is given, much is expected. Whatsoever we are all doing here now, everybody knows what we are doing. Everybody knows the effort we are putting. And when everything is ripe enough, everybody will enjoy the fruit of it. So please, I just want to say this. Let us keep doing whatsoever we are doing. And whosoever will come trying to distract us, yes, distractions will come. Definitely criticism will come. But we shouldn't deviate from what we have started. Because I haven't met the budget people who are well-to-do people, professors. These are big men that have served in the public offices. They come, the way they talk to us, they have let us know that these things we are doing, definitely criticism will come. But that criticism should not weigh us down. So also I'm passing this same message to us. The criticism will come. Somebody will come and tell you that everything you have done is nonsense. Accept it and move forward. Don't stop. Keep writing the nonsense and go. So that is just what I want to say. And I appreciate everybody, all of us that are here today. I appreciate us. Thank you very much.
But to nyawa bia kyankar zu this is na zanang kamani. Patolia ba abi kyankar.
Sorry.
Zishimo.
Mun yi bi kyanka sosai ba, amma yan kunyan kanki ni gaskiya kuke kusa. Auliya ɗan sham kuma zai miya mutan ba tun mun kan mun ya da ni. Da kyan chatting ta ni wayet project Wikipedia musamman su Wikipedia Tyap. Largely kuye kyan fai ha mun hanyar madidit. Musamman wajaje aliyeji ne. Konya na kin jen kyan nin project ni ye da ni ba. So mwa ga chuchuk zai mun shi exactly kyan zai expect di yongani ni ba. Amma ka zai sakfo sun wak jen. Zina shi kyan zai chare ni. Akwai ne madidi bana bzon fona ba chad nye wani. Amma balyan ba kuma akan shi ba. So ka ya son mun sak mun fo akwaga yang an shun a chongjo a miya mai yang. Mwa na nge zina shi ya sonin. Ziyo bud mun fo ba. Manang kunyan kan shi ya son zizin yeni like a slogan na shi ni anye be the change you want to see. Kazi chat the fog na ya kyabji. Sai ziga ziyada su ba bana ta dan afiya zidani. Ziliya tu kazi ni mi mai yang ziliya tu. Zika ashan wa zai kide yanye ka ami ma gwang pang ko da bai da fiyang ba she fiyang kya na mazu ana fa ba de bana liyar ngwabba ba bana ka ba fiya ba ma fiyang afan ba tsor ngwabba fa kyan ku so ba fiye ni to sai zu kwan zuma zai tada chaga kya nan zina tin sum zu tin duk kyan ku shi zu mu wani inferiority complex a janjian zunwa na nge da zu yongan tadba a kwajana liyar makpa ka ni ngwaba yin ha ba ngwaba yin ha chong jaliyar ni ngwaba yin ha a wana won sunwan ho aliyar sungu that is inferiority complex so dole ha zinye zwang mun sa ja tukuna ke manya ban zuma zu yongan tat hat ngwab zu tu shi mun wikipedia zibiya yar nomba kaza ma mun Najeriya sare to kazi ya son manya ba wai kyan zan fo ha ba ka yu gane ka shilyen kyang hunang project yu yedeni ba etat go pye mami shim fu ya je gwaza nan biang ze to nin kyang dina ke ni wa ungwai
to le abazi gwai to to yin be kyang guna biang ania mwana nge kwa ga sonze du method yang Tyap, but we'll just continue from here. Please, anybody have contribution to add? Utilize Abana. Okay. So I don't know if he will be able to join again, but I think just to highlight again as regarding the forthcoming project, which we are expected to start, that will be on the 21st. Let me check my calendar. It's going to start on the 21st, yes. On the 21st of this month, that's exactly 2 weeks from here, Wikipedia will kickstart. So we have made quite a lot of contacts and we have gotten people. Just so you know, you cannot give what you don't have. So we that are here now, for those of us who understand the Jew very well, we would like to have us to identify ourselves because what the project we are going to be working with is going to be an entirely new thing to us, especially in terms of the language. So we would like to have as many persons that are savvy with this language so that they can come in and we can as well push the whole thing. Initially, we plan to have this the Jew program at Zonkua, but having done quite a lot of consultations, we now found out that it is better for us to have the program here in Kaduna. So the program now will not be in Zonkua anymore. It's going to be hosted here in Kaduna. So as the days draw nearer, we are going to be rolling out the plans and then we make publicity as well, so that we can see where we can catch up and how to come in that program. So that is that, and then we should also know that as I said earlier, the Jew community, they are very, very positive about this, and quite a number of them will be chipping in to support this project the best way they can. So it's not something, while we are developing the Jew, we that understand the Tyap, we should just continue with what we understand. Anything, if we don't understand about the Jew, it shouldn't be our problem. Leave it to the people that understand it to take care of it. So I think the Jew will be an entirely different project entirely, that we that are here, if you don't understand it, let it not bother you. We'll take it up from here. We'll take it up. We should just focus on developing the Tyap. Leave the Jew for the people that understand. We are making contacts with them and we are going to engage them as the whole thing begins. So that is what I just want to say as regarding to that. So I don't know. Actually, Levy. So I was just giving them orientation as regard to what to expect about the Jew, which is not going to be hosted in Singapore anymore. It's going to be hosted here in Kaduna. We'll be kickstarting exactly 2 weeks from today, which is 21st. So that's where we are. So you can take up if there is anything, because the time is already fast spent.
Yes. So nachan ngan earlier nan unchang gwai atiaba bako bangs then, because as we are speaking, I know that it may seem as if we are not getting any support at all from the amongst the Tyap, but it's not actually true. But you see, they usually say in English that it's just one goat that spoils the rest.
Yes.
You see, yeah. So you may have a lot of people doing good, but just a few that come in, they will make the others look very bad. So we thank the likes of actually Akila Bungwan. His passion for the Tyap language is beyond the one that one would just, brush out. The man, he puts in his personal his personal, strength, energy, and finances also into this language, and we can't pay him for that. He's actually supporting our works. And then Attorney Henry Maman, who is the subcommittee chairman of literacy in the Tyap Language Development Board, we invite him for our programs. He's always eager to come, and he actually also gives his best with encouragement. And when you see others being inactive in the language group, maybe the Tialin group or the Wikimedians group, he always wants to say something and come, to answer questions. Those are invaluable things that others, their own is just to argue that they know more than you do, but they can't proffer solution. And such people, they are the ones actually bringing in the bitterness and making everything look very bad on the part of the other people. And then we have the likes of actually Gora,
John Gora.
John Bala.
John Balagora. Actually, John Balagora was in our program almost entirely, the Chaplain event, and you see he on his own representing, although unofficially, the Tyap chiefdom, and in his own right, he puts in passion into learning how to, something that some other people will see it as things for children. He doesn't see it as that. It's something that he can do, and then he puts in his best, and many other. They are like Professor Bidoli, Reverend Jonathan Cobb. You see, these people, they are quite numerous. We can't name them all, but we have quite a number of people that actually encourage. And then the Ogwatiap, we can't rule him out, because you see, the Ogwatiap was one of the first people who actually, encouraged us in this very work that we're doing, and advised us not to actually take our minds off this work. And he advised us to actually encourage young people like us to come into this project and continue with it, even though we may experience problems and here and there, but he's solidly behind our work. And there are just many. I can't name them entirely. And to us who are the Wikimedians, Nanzinye Tamhuni, I know that sometimes it may look like we are not being appreciated, and it's as if others, they don't see us, in all our works. We have a long way to go. It's a very long journey. We can't just expect that we get everything that we want right now. But the work is very far, it's very wide, and with time we'll see that we'll have enough of this gratitude that we just won't want it. It will just be not me anymore. It's too much. Yeah. So Zugwai Manyinangbam and to a fire that was able to make it today. This one is we have to pop champagne. So we really appreciate him for being here. He's our one and only ambassador for the Tyap Wikimedia user group, and the Mr. and Mrs. Afai Tyap that was produced, the first part of it is actually something that I will encourage our Tyap speakers on, even those who are not Tyap speakers, but you want to get entertained by someone from the North Culture area. Yeah, because you see, very less is being spoken about this North Culture area. Who are the people? Where are the people? We are the descendants of the North Culture area. So you want to see something from that very region. This is something that is original from this area, and we should encourage ourselves to watch these things in as much as we are watching others, and to encourage ourselves also to support, not just by watching, but actually sharing these works. As you share, you subscribe. You don't have to pay money. Just click on that thing. Nobody will deduct 1 kobo from you. It goes a long way. And if you have the finances, at least it is data they use to upload these things. It's data we use actually to browse and do editing. You can support people or our group or of Tyap and many other Tyap. Look at mass media. They are just so numerous. You can help out, in such a way that we are going to put in our sweat more and put in our energy on our intellect to document this language and to promote our own culture. So without saying so much, Nansak tag the team, and to us who are here, Ungwai Maninampam, Mumbai who to Kado Zingia Umbam Atunka. Oh, Ayawana Naizura Gwaza Zunkat, Emali.
Shermanai.
So, Zugwai Pat.
Gwamnatin na Jones da Kulsa. Gwamnatin na Nungod ne kafin bin sajin ji. Zari a zuriya da jiya zina abin da ke na din. Daniel Bokya abiyan zai suna ne kan ne kan tafiya yadda ta faru abiyan ko ba na da sabbin nan bai mun ko da maluwa da tundun zai kan na biyu da kan na da kuma na ya shi kan gidan ba zina ai zin da ta char na bai da resus
So, Yokosan in your.
Sana.
Kacak.
Zugwai.
Injang na kuma yin kan
Ato, Amakagu da Shamba.
Oh, so that everybody can hear you.
Zugucha, the Shaman. Yeah.
Nzan chanka kyang before.
Yeah.
na wan
Yeah.
na
Tai,
So, Atoli Shano.
Studio attack no roommate no over.
James.
Kat.
Yeah.
Kaundaba di yung manizo busan jaba. Okay, on the president, Mkshan Guаймon took the man who is sorry. Then two nang the children had the fuck. There has been lots of challenges that you people have been facing, both from us and from outside us. And then Kuswan Yin Shoshaba. Sometimes personally, I know how many times I've attacked one or two persons. I have not been doing that on my own deliberate will, but simply because we are pushing towards a same goal, success. The phone again.
Yeah. The phone.
So on that, Indian Kuswan leaders to be facing some of these challenges from us. I want to earnestly appreciate you guys for remaining steadfast towards the push of this football which we are playing. We'll surely get to the goalpost, and by the grace of God, we are going to win the goal. But one thing I'm trying to just draw caution is the fact that we have been trying our best to make sure that everybody who is involved in this project goes back home happily. Indian they can't come good man in India we have just few persons that are here. If had it been near it, she swam me.
What ka hutan shan?
Network go again.
Network go no phone go.
Network. A cikin yan kare shan. So, the Genesis do.
Are you drop message mung link ba? We type we communicate.
Okay. So solution ka acha ka kyan yana do da liuda to ankat to zinanare amali zo kinda kan to kumvano
Zo funvan.
tonka
Zuba.
kumvano yeah.